Hi guys and girls on YouTube, welcome to my channel. Well, I've got another old vintage telly here to look at, CRT. Now this is, if you watched the last video I put on the Hitachi 21-inch, this is the same customer who's brought 4 tellies in up to now. I've only looked at the Hitachi because I've been quite busy. But this is a JVC. Now, I think the customer said he picked this up somewhere on the way, bringing the other Hitachi and 2 other sets. He doesn't know if it works. It might even work, but there ain't, as you can see, there ain't a lot of wire on it. So what we'll do is we'll turn it round, look at the model number, and then take the back off and have a look inside. Make sure it's okay to power it up first. So that's it. What I have noticed is not in the best of conditions. I've noticed this door here is broke. I'm not sure what's in there, whether it's the AV connectors, but if you look at the back there, we've got sockets for external speakers, 2 SCARTs aerial in, and the model number is a JVC AV-25GS1EK. So let's get the back off and have a look inside before we do anything else. So there we go. I've undone all the screws. They're actually quite loose, and we can't see, but in there's a screw missing, so this could be a sign that somebody's already looked at this, but it should. The back should just pull off now. Let's have a look inside. Right, so there we go. We've got 2 very large speakers here, so obviously it's a set with hi-fi sound, or a good quality sound system anyway. We've got a separate power supply on this side, and I've not actually looked underneath the board yet. We'll have a look in a minute, but there's quite a few vertical panels stood off of the main board. There's one there, there's 4 panels there. I guess that'll be the sound, because I've just unplugged something there in the back. Is it another speaker? Yeah, it's a sub in that great big box on the back, so I'm guessing that's the sound board. I've not seen anything that jumps out at me yet, but the tube is a Philips now. Didn't Philips have a bad run at one time with some tubes? I can't remember what number they were. It might have been the widescreen tellies. I think they had a lot of was it a heater cathode short intermittently in the tube, but I'm sure it was a widescreen telly, not, this is only 28 inches, the A59, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll have a look underneath the board now to see if anybody's been doing any soldering or anything. Right, well, I can't see anything at all that's been done to this. There's nothing looks out of place. There is a little bit of a dry joint down there on R470. Let's see if we can zoom in. That's it there. Now that appears to be, it's going to a big chip there with a lot of pins. I would imagine that's the frame output chip. So we could just retouch that up. But what I have noticed is the base and the emitter of the line output transistor just there are very badly dry jointed. Does that show up on the camera there? So I would imagine this set probably comes on and it trips out or it goes off when it's been running a while, because we do have 2 very bad dry joints there, base and emitter. What I'll do is I'll just test that transistor first. But if the transistor turns out to be alright, I'll just resolder it up and we'll plug it in. It could be that the transistor's shorted out, I don't know, we'll have to put a meter on it, but for now I'm just going to touch up that resistor, check that transistor, and if it's alright we'll resolder it and then take it from there, plug it in. Right, so that's the collector and emitter of the line transistor, and as you can see it has indeed shorted out. So with a bit of luck, that's all that's wrong with it. A couple of dry joints there have caused this transistor to go faulty. And I've only just tested this in circuit. Obviously we need to remove it to be 100% sure, but there is a short, there's actually a short between collector, base and emitter. So what I'll do, I'll just desolder 2 terminals first, just in case we've got a short on the HT rail. Right, so I don't know if you can see there, I've desoldered, let's get it in focus. I've desoldered the base emitter, and all the pins are just completely dead short to each other. So let's get this transistor out then, get a new one in. Fingers crossed that's all that's wrong with it. Right, so there we go, that's the transistor out, all 3 legs shorted together. Won't make any difference though, because these are, the base comes straight from a transformer, so a little line driver transformer, so they know all the damage. BU508 AFI. I mean, anybody who's repaired CRT 30 years ago will know that transistor very well. Right, we're going to have to stop a minute because the phone is ringing. Right, so we're back again. BU508 AFI, I think it's, what that means is 508A and FI means fully insulated. I think that's how it works anyway. Right, let's just go and have a look for one of these, which should be somewhere over here. Hang on. Yeah, there you go. That is the BU508s. Got 3 different ones, or 3 different drawers anyway. Oh, phone's ringing again. Right, I'll come back in a minute. Right, so I've got another transistor. It's going to be slightly fiddly, just getting this in down there. I've just unplugged that plug and socket there to give me a bit more room, but I'm going to have to put the camera down to do this because, as you can see, I've dropped it. Right, so that's the transistor in, a little bit of heatsink compound on the back. Mustn't forget to plug back in the scan coils, otherwise we'll probably end up destroying the transistor at switch on. And you just solder it in on the back now, but there you go, that is in. Right, so there we go, that's the line transistor in. I've got it in the key connector ready to switch on. Make sure it's off there. So what's the worst that can happen? It blow the line transistor at switch on, or the best thing that can happen, it just works. It'll either have 2 choices, one or the other. But the fact that there were dry joints on 2 connections usually means that's what blew the transistor. But here we go, let's get this on. So 3, 2, 1, I've got my finger on the button. No, I heard the EHT. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's just get a signal connected to this then. Right, so the first problem we've run into is this door here that appeared to be broken doesn't appear to be broken any longer. I think it's probably because it's not fastened in at the bottom, but you can see now it's working, and it does have AV inputs in there as well. So either there's something broken off at the bottom, or the back wasn't screwed on properly, because it definitely works now. Now the thing inside has dropped off, which I've got here, and that tells us we have a slight problem here, because I don't see anything on there to tune this telly in. So the chances are it's going to be on the remote control, but we can still try this on the SCART input. That will be not a problem, because I think here these buttons will probably select the SCARTs on the back, but it should automatically switch over when it toggles pin 8 anyway from the skybox. But yeah, unfortunately we cannot try that on an aerial input. unless of course one of these channels is actually tuned to Sky already. So I'll just give that a go. I'll see if any of these are tuned into my Sky box first. But yeah, you can select all the external inputs from here. Right, let's come back in a few minutes. Right, so I think there's 59 channels, none are tuned to my Sky box, so we've got it on a SCART lead now. So let's just select the external input for the bottom SCART socket. And there we go. I just need to get a picture now from the Sky box. Right, there we go. I've managed to find a channel that's still working on the old Sky boxes, because most of the channels have gone off now. But the reason I use this one is because I've actually converted it to display colour bars as well, as you can see. So it's a very useful test, this. But yeah, that black band you can see is just coming from the camera. It's not on the telly. The picture's fine, the sound's fine, the focusing's fine. Let's just, I'll give you a quick blast of the sound. I don't want to get in trouble with copyright, but here we go. On there.
£5 costs.
So yeah, there you can see the sound's fine. And there we go. If only everything in life was as simple as that. And if I just put the TV guide on, you'll see how well the focusing is. Look at that, absolutely perfect. Right, okay then. Many thanks for watching. There is going to be a couple more videos because the same customer brought 4 tellies in, and this is only the second one I've done. Because I'm struggling at the moment to move these big sets around. I have to get somebody to help me with them now. But yeah, okay, many thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video then. Goodbye.